Hello and welcome to episode 15 of our Waterbeavers Season 2 here in Update 5, Cycle 15, Day 15. We're going to hit pause immediately, and I'll tell you why. If you hadn't guessed by all of this, we have an enormous run-ending crisis upon us that we have to deal with immediately, or this will be the last episode of this playthrough, and we're going to have to start over. So what had happened was, last time, in the episode before that, we had been working on getting this area built up. And I thought it would be smart, erroneously, to dam this off here. We didn't know at the time this was going to turn out poorly. Well, I don't know, maybe somebody did. But we decided we're going to put a little wall here, have our water wheels so we can generate power, and then all the bad water can just harmlessly fall off the cliff here, and then run off the end of the map. But what I hadn't considered was this little thing called the waterfall limit, as I was so enlightened by the people in the Waterbeaver mod thread on the Timberborn Discord. This is a problem, because what we ended up doing is we introduced a new speedy flow of water by having this narrow channel right here come all the way through here and dump a bunch more water into this part of the map than we had originally had coming through here, because of the width of this channel. And it turns out the mod creator for Waterbeavers also made this map, and he said that, you know, okay, maybe the design wasn't completely what it should have been, but regardless of what happened, we're here, we got to deal with it, we'll get it done, we'll figure it out. But if you were wondering why everything is flooding, it's because we've introduced too much water flowing through this choke point area right here, and the game cannot, like, there's calculations in place that are going to limit the amount of water that can quote-unquote fall off of a specific face of a waterfall at any one point in time. It's like 2.2 meters per second or whatever the measurement is. Okay, that's a velocity, not a volume measurement. Whatever the actual number is, I hate math. But this is exceeding it, and that's what's causing this to back up. Currently, this is fresh water, but we're in a bad tide, and very soon it will be bad water. So that's why the game's paused, because we're thinking. And we don't want any more suffering than we absolutely have to deal with. So the consensus that the people in the Waterbeaver thread came up with was biggest priority should be limiting the amount of bad water that comes through here. And we can do that by putting in a regular levee. That's what we have unlocked. I do have the... actually, I don't. I only have 75. I thought I had more. I don't have enough to do the double levee. That's a shame. So we can either build this regular levee here, or instead of a primitive dam, what I can do is I can delete this, and then I can put in this 2-story watertight lodge, which would completely block off this entire thing. And I think that's going to be the better option. But if we have all the components, we have... Oh, I don't see any planks. That's going to be a problem because this needs planks to get built. That's too bad, because this would have been a fantastic, fantastic idea. So what I can do is I can either put in this single levee, I can put in 2 lodges stacked on top of each other, or I can try to identify things that are going to have planks that I no longer need, and I can get rid of those because we have a very, very limited amount of time to unflood this entire thing before this basically becomes completely unrecoverable, and we're just going to have an hour of suffering and dying beavers, which, I don't know, somebody might want to watch that, but I don't think that makes for very good content. I say as I sit here for the past 5 minutes just talking over a paused game, but we're strategizing, so that's fine. I don't see any planks, and all of the buildings that can make them are either underwater, or we're not going to be able to staff them anyway because we're having all this other chaos go on. So if I were to get rid of this primitive dam, take a look at our pieces for... Yeah, see, that's only metal fasteners and logs. I wish I had these planks. I wish I had these planks. Oh, actually, hold up. These plank tanks might actually be our salvation here. Yes, sirree. You better believe it. Let's go. I'm only going to get rid of 2 of these. So I need to make sure I have 10 planks, and I had to get rid of 2 of them because you only keep 75% rounded up of whatever the value is. So that's what we will do. We will get rid of this, and then we will build the 2-story watertight lodge, And so it's not cheating. Yes, we will occupy it. I don't know if you noticed, but most of our housing is currently flooded, so it's not like it's going to be extra that we can't use. But by putting the 2-story lodge here, that's going to completely back up this and stop the water flow from coming over here, which we desperately need if we want our beavers to survive. It's only a 6-day bad tide. So as long as we can keep the crops from getting inundated, we can just keep it coming through here. We have our irrigation lodges that can keep the crops alive. They just have to not be flooded. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead right now. Actually, first, check our workplaces here. We want our builders to be buildering, which I know that's a fantastic term. We have the Pit and Ladder Lodge builders tower segment. Those are actually turned on. That's good. I had not thought those were turned on. And then we have the district center, which is a 4-way district center. Nobody's working there because it's flooded. They can't. But thankfully, these lodges will work while flooded because, well, they can work as a levee. That's fine. So, primitive dam gets removed. All the pieces here, I'm not really worried that bad about saving, but I will go ahead and just, you know, do this whole mess of pushing the rubble pieces this way. Get that out of the way. And now we can pop this in here. Let's get our 2-story watertight lodge. And you can see why I wanted to do this and not the other way around. This will completely block any of this bad water from coming through, and it's going to force it to go out here as it originally did. And that's going to stop this catastrophe from occurring before we can use our dynamite to expand this little area here, get rid of a couple of these things, and try to do a little bit of gasp water folding. But before we unpause, absolute, complete highest construction priority. These planks will not be able to get picked up unless there's a storage for them. Currently, I don't see... Okay, that pile is for logs. This will now be for planks. So they can put that there. The pine resin, I don't believe, is going to be an issue. Oh, wow, that's stored all the way over there. Well, that's going to be fun. But they'll get it figured out. We got some builders. They can get work done. As long as we get this in place within any reasonable amount of time to prevent complete and total collapse, then I think we're going to be okay. So let's take a deep breath, and we're going to hit unpause and immediately just get these guys going as fast as humanly possible, beaverly possible, whatever that ends up being. So yeah, we really need that to be done just expeditiously quickly, because our bad water is going to start coming in here really soon, within the next half a day. So if they can you know, put a rush on this, that would be ideal. They have not brought us any bits and pieces yet. I'm hoping this is quick. Okay, here comes somebody. Good. 7 logs. Oh, no. Okay, we're 24-hour working hours. That's right, because we're in chaos nightmare mode. Except now we've got floating overturned beavers who are exhausted. So fine. I guess you can sleep. I guess you can sleep while Rome burns. Actually, hold on. Some of this is no longer flooded. I know that really shouldn't have had much of anything to do with it, but we may be partly out of the woods, folks. We just have to make sure this doesn't completely screw us over here. You know what? It would be really funny if this would have just gone away normally and I was just panicking for no reason. But we very clearly have a lot of work to get done here. We get all these bits and pieces in. These planks got to get picked up off the ground. We'll let those builders come back to work whenever they decide they're ready, and they'll they'll just patch it up. But this is very good news. Very good news that our pumpkins survived. Too bad about the sunflowers, but hey, we have 1,200 food. Most of it's mushrooms. But now that most of the stuff can go back to work like we originally thought, stuff is having a little bit more of a bright and cheery outlook for us. So let's get the rest of these planks in place here. Get that dammed up immediately, and then we will we'll figure out our whole crisis remediation plan here. All sorts of fun stuff. That's what, I mean, that's what happens. That's what happens, right? You're playing something like this, and you don't really know exactly what's going on, and something bad happens, you figure out how you're going to fix it. I guess speaking of, this would also be a good time to say a huge, huge thank you to the mod creator once again for unsticking this save file, because it turns out when the small leaky baths, up until this most recent update, when the small leaky baths were flooded, it was completely breaking the game save. Like, it would not even load at all. So I let them know in the Discord, and that it was fixed within 12 hours, which is awesome. So that's the only reason this video exists right now, is because he was able to take care of that. But now this is blocked off, and all of this water is going to drain out, which means all of this is going to be at a much more sustainable flow, and then of course everything is out here. So we have managed somehow to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat and save everything down here. Now, we're still going to have, you know, a whole lot of contaminated beavers, but, you know, that's just the way it goes these days. So we can focus now on actually playing the game and not running around like chickens with their heads cut off. We've managed to avoid the absolute worst possible outcome and solve a couple other problems along the way. So that's a very good feeling. That is an exceptionally, exceptionally good feeling. So they're going to inhabit this game-saving 2-story watertight lodge as a normal house and not just a dam with nobody living in it, so we're not breaking the rules, quote-unquote. And now we can think about solving some other problems. So the waterfall limit, as I understand it, is just, like I was saying earlier, X amount of water can go off one face at any given time. So you want to increase the number of faces. If you can't control the flow, you have a huge amount of flow that you want to not have overwhelm whatever you have going on. You just have to increase the number of faces. That's the basic principle behind waterfolding, as I understand it, which, depending on which videos you've seen, you may say, well, you don't understand waterfolding, and that's probably true. But I do know that this is the consensus everyone's come to in the please help me so I don't lose this entire playthrough discussions I've had with people. They said we just need to increase the number of faces the water can fall down and eliminate choke points. So you see down here we have this little notch right here. I'm thinking, well, one, we want to remove these obstructions here, like these three, and then maybe this bit right here. This bit right here is already dead. We can just steamroll through that, and then we want to kind of either put a barrier here so that this bad water can't go up this way, or at least try to funnel it this way. By having it instead join the stream here, having it join the stream down here, which we could reasonably do with a number of different buildings. We have the tall and narrow lodge, which is 2 by 1. If we felt so inclined, we could build one of those maybe right about here, just for the... I haven't researched this yet, but just for the sake of exploration here. If we put a little lodge here, and we put another one of these things maybe right here so this falls down. Like if I did that right there, I'm not going to place this because then I'm going to have to actually, you know, quote-unquote pay for it in science. But if I put this here, then all of this water bad water coming off would just go straight down into this little area. And then it would be directed over here instead of into this. I'm thinking that might be a decent option. But we're not going to have to worry about that for a while because now we've solved our most immediate crisis. We can focus on making sure that we, you know, keep the beavers alive and get our farming back up and running. Solving the rest of the stuff we were going to be working on, which was capacity for the water and for the other goods. Food as well. It's going to get pretty rough on food for a little bit just because we lost a whole bunch of stuff at once. But all things considered, could have been substantially worse, and I'm very glad that it wasn't, because I am enjoying this playthrough and I didn't want to have to restart. I don't think anyone would have enjoyed that. It would have been a very very frustrating experience. So what's our casualty here? The factory was, hide this, making another medium cauldron for us so we can have more of these kitchen houses. The whole reason these lodges are here is because I couldn't unlock the mechanical kitchen house. But now that this is a thing, I can actually get rid of these. I didn't want these lodges here in the first place. So we get rid of those. That's fine. So we know we have the other anvil, so we can, if we need to, rebuild the primitive ironworks to continue to make the fasteners and the saw blades and the tools. But as it stands right now, the only thing we're really low on is saw blades that we're using to make planks. And these are over here. Trying to get that taken care of. So I'm going to go ahead, since we have the anvil, I'm going to go ahead and rebuild this primitive ironworks just right here, like it was, and set this to make the saw blades, because we know we need to have this. And the only reason it was deleted was so we could get the anvil to make the factory. So that's fine. I still want to put the mechanized kitchen house here, and I still want to have, you know, bad water flowing through here, but we've got to get the discharge situation under control. And I think the easiest way to do that is going to be to dynamite some of this so we unchoke the flow through this area, and then manage to have, wherever this lands off of here, manage to have it go somewhere else, shunted this way, or something like that. We can also, since we have the ability with this pass-through lodge, we can get rid of this little notch here, and then we can also get rid of this if we have enough dynamite, which we can go ahead and build. We just haven't made the dynamite itself, and that gets done in the Handicrafter's Lodge, which up until very recently has been making these plucked lotus bits. But I'm out of storage for the whatever those are, so we can have this go back to explosives, which of course requires nitroglycerin, sawdust, and paper. Paper being something we don't have a ton of, but we do have enough to make about 10 sticks of dynamite, and we are going to continue making it, except I deleted the primitive paper mill, paper works, whatever, because I needed the cauldron. That's right. I needed the cauldron to make the mechanized kitchen house, or the cooking house. That's right. Which is pass-through lodge. Okay, so we actually did make a cooking house, which means I can build that again, but I have to make another medium cauldron, which is 6% of the way done, by the way. I just don't have any power for it because, well, yeah, all of this. We can make a power wheel if we felt so inclined. I do have, I think, all the materials. Okay, I might not have, yeah, I don't have the sunflower oil, but I've also been informed the engine is a watertight building. It's not like the Iron Teeth engine in the base game. So this is something that could actually be very useful for this area right here. If we were to build it, like you see, it's actually like a building we can actually use. So this could, wait, I can't build this on top of anything else? Oh, no, it has to be one of these buildings. But I could, if I felt so inclined, just pop this right on top, which, you know, actually would not be a bad idea. I just have to be able to make the methane, which we've established is now much easier to do by taking the nenifars, whatever the lily pads, whatever are. 10 of those in 8 hours makes 20 methane, and then our engine will burn 8 methane per hour. So if we had enough of these things, which, you know, in any other scenario in which we don't have constant putting out fires, fighting for our lives, and etc., with all this stuff, we'd be able to do it. But, you know, stuff just takes time. You got to figure out as you go along. That's just life. Anyone who tells you they have it all figured out is lying to you. Because we're all just trying to learn what we can when we have to do it. And if you get a little bit of time to get ahead of yourself and, you know, learn something exciting before you have to use it, then that's fun. But no, most of it's just figuring it out. I'm sure you understand. So we'll just keep that with us here. I do want to use the engines eventually, though, because that's 300 HP. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And we can use our gravity batteries. Off the side of this cliff would actually be fantastic. And these transmit power, but these don't have, as far as I know, a specific power input-output. They just chain together. So we could, actually right here would be, off the top, this would be pretty good. Once we have, you know, the depleted uranium, or whatever it is that we can put here. What is that called? Nuclear fuel. Okay, close enough. But we'll get that taken care of. We did want to have these platforms here. We do have the actual scaffoldings we could possibly use, but I have to research those, and that's 100 science we don't really have right now. So for now, we are just we're playing catch up, trying to make sure that everything is possibly can be taken care of is taken care of. Making some explosives, and then streamlining this entire process here. In fact, since we're no longer in panic mode, I guess I could just place a couple of these down and move on with my life. But that's going to be 4 right there. I'll make that very, very good. And then I believe for this to be a good idea for us to reopen this, we're going to have to get rid of that little bit right there. Probably one more below that, so we create like another tooth jag thing. And then I'm also going to, since we have the ability to do this here. Okay, I may have made a mistake. So I don't have. Why am I like this? I don't want to research the corner stairs because, well, you know. But I need to be able to place. Stuff here. I don't think it's going to let me unless I get rid of our water wheels, which people said I got these backwards order, which no, that's objectively not correct because of how wide these are. Look at this. Look at this. I have in this space 3 tiles of width to work with. If I put the crappy water wheel in the back, it wouldn't rotate at all because it couldn't go through. And then this guy would just be working by himself, at which case, why bother having the 2? I did it this way, so I'd still get flow through here, and I could utilize this thing. Obviously, that's not completely ideal, but the fullness of this one and partial of this one that makes more power, I thought would be better. And we were making 42 out of that. And this one right here is making 180 between both of these. This one's making 139. This one's making 42. I think it's working. I think it's okay. I think we're fine. All that being said, though, I need them to make this a dynamite expeditiously. How are we, Oh, okay. 10 hours, and I have it on single speed. That's probably why. So we'll let them take care of that. The water situation is... It's not precarious, but it's definitely not ideal. Definitely not ideal. We're working on it, though. The good news is the lemonade is actually more efficient of a recipe for beaver consumption than you might think. And you take a look at, I guess that's under food. The lemonade stand takes 3 lemons and 10 water to make 13 lemonade. So even though you're adding the lemons as an ingredient, the volume of fluid that you get out of it is higher, which means it's technically a more efficient recipe. If you're worried about, like, consumption needs. So that's fine. Alright, so this is in place. We can just go ahead and let that go immediately. Then these 3 are going to do their thing. And then that right there, but I'm not going to detonate that quite yet. Because I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to explode the rest of this. But these 3 right here, for sure, can go away. And that can get picked up. So that has hopefully helped a little bit. This right here needs to be demolished. Take this off at triple speed while I'm thinking. But if we get that done, then that's going to be pretty straight. This little jog right here also, that needs to go away. That should help a little bit getting stuff through there. This is just such a narrow bit of land here, causing all sorts of problems. See, look, we've got 2 days left and we have 800 water. We are hemorrhaging water somewhere. It's probably all these other things that are using it that we can't really do too much with. And the fact that we now have 243 beavers because I forgot to pause the other houses that we weren't using. Oh well. Could be a whole lot worse. We've got pretty much only rice balls. Yeah, we got rice balls and mushrooms is all we have left. But the pumpkins are going to be very, very good once we are able to harvest those. The rice obviously is going to be a full reset once again, like it is every single time. The lily pads, same deal. But again, what's our motto? It could be worse. It could be so much worse. So now I'm going to, for the benefit of... Oh, can they even get to this? No, they can't. Okay. So if I did this here, I'm pretty sure... Yeah, if I do that, then they should be able to pop in to both of these spots. 1, 2, yeah, should be fine. They'll be able to get that out and get that out. And then all we have to do is down here put in something that's going to divert our flow. Or we just dynamite blast a couple things over here so it doesn't flow back up the river. But I personally think this would be better as just having this completely blocked off. So we can either build something that's watertight and huge like our building here, the triple watertight lodge, or we can do something else. A couple people got on to me for, building this here and not removing it, but hello, this is toxic sludge. We don't want a torrent of that coming through because that caused problems last time we did it. The ideal solution to this is having what's that house called? There's a specific dam house or a floodgate dam or whatever. Utility dam, floodgate, yeah. But this requires blueprints that we don't have and all that other fun stuff. The way this is right now is not ideal, but it's fine. It could be a whole lot worse. And these guys are still pumping away despite there being probably 0 water they could actually get out of this. Clean water, at the very least. Yeah, so that is... Yep, that's in range. So that's going to be getting worked on. I guess we can triple speed this up while we're not actively working on anything else except crisis recovery mode. I've got 5 more dynamites to blow up. So that's going to be these 4 and then that 1. We'll get that all taken care of. That will substantially increase the flowability of this mess right here, and then we'll think about what we're going to put down here, because I should use lodges, but in the spirit of the game, if you're using a lodge as a dam, it should be inhabited. Which, given the fact that this would be good forest area, it's probably not a bad idea, honestly. I mean, we have the lumberjack's barn here that we were about to use to replant a whole bunch of trees and stuff, but we haven't gotten to yet. The florist, another thing. I guess I can take this off at triple speed and detonate all of this stuff. But the florist, I've been told, we're going to investigate this in a second, I've been told this doesn't plant the brambles. It only harvests them, but let's check that out. The florist, which I somehow can't seem to find. Great, now I have to remember where this building is. I don't know. Well-being, no. Basic village structures, that's the tree nursery watertight upgrade. Don't have any clue where the florist is. I probably already passed it. Harvester's office, harvester's cottage, drying tower, plant. Yep, folks, I have no clue where it is. I don't know why I can't find it, but it's somewhere. It's somewhere. So I can't tell you what this building does because somebody got eaten by a grue. Oh, that was one of my fake beard boosters. That's fine. Ford Prefect. That's what happens when they build a highway through your intergalactic highway through your little hometown there. Where in the world is the florist? Like, it can't possibly be under food. Oh, here it is. Wow, okay. Small house monopolizing an excessive amount of material solely to allow one beaver to enjoy his hobby. Might save your colony if you foolishly lost all your berries or somehow managed to eradicate brambles. I can't remember who it was that said this doesn't plant anything, but this very clearly produces brambles using water and sawdust, so I think this is fine. I think it's fine. It produces the flowers. It doesn't plant the bramble flowers, so you are correct. It does not plant them, but it does produce them. So the intent was to get bramble flowers back. We can plant them, actually plant later, I'm sure, with the tree nursery once that gets done. But this will allow us, once we actually build it, to have bramble flowers, which was the whole idea. But it is paused because, you know, we're not worried about that at this exact moment in time. So, other buildings that we can put here before we get super crazy complicated with stuff. First off, platforms. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and unlock these because we have 20 of them we're not using. I'm gonna do that because this is now going to allow me to reclaim a bunch of the wood that I used in these crappy platforms, and then I can just start putting these in. They're so much better. So much better. So what this is going to allow us to do now is I can come in with stairs, right, like that, and then I can take the dynamite once again and blast this out once they make more dynamite, which they cannot do until I put that primitive paper mill back up, which is okay. That's going to need water, so that's going to be a problem, but we'll get that figured out. Just get that built, have them work on that. Eventually, we'll be okay. No coal, no coal. This is getting salt, which we have quite a lot of. Nobody's working here. It was set to coal, I think. We still have 67 contaminated beavers, so this really shouldn't be a priority, but I will go ahead and I think turn this one back to regular, and then I will try and incentivize. Yep, there we go. As long as we have somebody getting coal, we'll be okay. We do. I know we still have some here, but we do need to make sure we're keeping up on that because that's pretty important for a lot of stuff. So that's taking care of that. We've substantially improved this a lot by straightening this out, and then we just need to make some more room through here so this water can fall faster, and then divert it away so it goes down here and doesn't back this up. So now we're back to the whole picking and choosing which building goes here. Now, I had previously proposed putting in houses, which we know we have a number of options. I did not research the one with the entrance on the ground level because I was dumb. So this is what we have access to. We just have to build a staircase up to there. Or we could do something else. We could put a pass-through lodge here. I don't think it has to be 2 blocks high necessarily, but a 2-block high building would probably be a big bonus. I could put a couple of these 2-story watertight lodges really, really easily. Could just do, say, this and then this would almost certainly solve our problems to some degree, but that is housing for 12 beavers, which we don't necessarily need. So I would prefer to have a building that doesn't actually serve as a house, but also has to block some sort of water. The unfortunate thing is that we don't really have anything like that, save for, you know, like the factory here, which is very expensive to build, and we don't have all the materials for. The other buildings, like we have our, see, all these things that are levees. The distillery, we've already built somewhere else, but that works as a house. We have Builder's Lodge, we have Harvester's Office. That's also a house. If we hadn't killed all of our brambles, that would be actually a very useful thing to have. Harvester's Drying Tower is a super cool looking building, but we can't, I don't think we can, yeah, we can't build that because it has to go on top of something else. The only other options we really have are to do, you know, like this Copyist Lodge or the Artist Lodge or the Handicrafter's Lodge again over here. But again, that's a house. It's trying to avoid that. Lumberjack's barn, also a house, but it employs a massive number of beavers. And we have one right here. If we were, and I don't think we need this here, but if we were to build this, say, right about here, that would block a substantial amount of bad water from coming back in. But the function of the building would be kind of lost because it's supposed to be cutting down trees, and there's not really that many trees. The only way that would actually make sense is if we were to do right here-ish, I might have to actually move it back one block this way and then use some sort of other thing. But if we put a bridge across here, then we would have these, well, ideally these 4 workers plus an additional 4 right here that could actually do a pretty good job, I think, of taking care of stuff. So what we're going to need to do, mark all of these for cutting, and then get these guys to take care of this stuff. But they can't do it yet, you say. Well, that's why we have the power of bridges. We have our 2x1s and our 1x1s that can easily go over this and give us a nice little bit of space. All I've got to do is just have the path kind of go around through here, which we were, maybe thinking about doing anyway. And then pick a spot across somewhere over here to get that taken care of. But for right now, we're not really hurting for wood, and we're not really in a position to not use it. Can they actually? Okay, good. They can get this. How are we doing on our paper? Oh, nobody's working here. Guess what? You are now essential workers. Come to work. Get this. I think we have enough pine. Oh yeah, we have tons of pine resin. Sawdust. We have 341. Water is going to be an issue, but the good news is the bad tide's almost over, so we will get the fresh water back. We'll be able to pump. Everything should be okay. We just have to, actually get all this stuff taken care of. I'm just glad we didn't completely lose the entire playthrough from this. It was going to be a huge problem. So they'll take care of this, and then we'll set 2 more off. And then this entire thing should be able to be, really nicely free-flowing, generate plenty of power, and we'll be in good shape. I would love to have the large water wheels, but that requires a lot of science we don't have, and we got other stuff we need to be focusing on, clearly, as one might logically expect. But if I have this going all the way across here to this exact spot, I'm pretty sure we want to be doing right here. Put that platform there. Then I can have this go here, this go here, and then we'll be able to pop in, if I can click the right building. Where is my lumberjack's barn? There we go. We also, we have the wood felling planification lodge, which might actually be a better building for this. We'll just build another one of these. No reason not to. This will go, I think. No, that's right. I was gonna move it one more this way. I can't really see that well. I'm hopeful that this will work. This will divert appropriately. If not, well, then that's going to be a very depressing lesson to learn. But the reason behind doing this way is that now, assuming this is completely corner-to-corner watertight, which I have no reason to believe that it isn't, it says works as a levee, so now I can come in here, I can choose to unlock the tall and narrow lodge, and I can do that. If we felt so inclined, like that would be the best possible option. That would prevent the water from backing up here. If we felt like that was the right move to make, which I'm not entirely sure is the case, but I think we're going to go with that. It just gives us the opportunity to actually, be able to do literally anything with this. So I'm going to go ahead And I'm also going to place... Hello, please rotate. Oh, I was pushing the wrong button. Okay, there we go. We need to be able to get across to this other side, which I'm not entirely sure where the exact best spot would be, but probably... I'll just do this so I can have 2 by 2. That's fine. Just get this hooked up so we can, you know, have access to all this space. That should, once this is in place, I mean, they'll already be able to take care of that. They probably won't be able to have anything else from here, but, I kind of want to tear this down and rotate it 90 degrees so they can take care of that. Or maybe I do. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna move this. I'm gonna move it somewhere else. All right. So if I put this here instead, that might actually be, that should be reachable. Yeah, we'll do that. We don't really need to be min-maxing for space anyway. This is a big map. We haven't really done that much with it yet. So, it's still day 1. The fresh, delicious, clean water is still making its way out of all of this space. Slowly getting rid of the nasty. And we are technically out of water, but that problem is going to get solved pretty quick once all of this goodness comes out of here. And then also up here, it does take a little whip to get flushed out, but could be much worse. Could be absolutely just an unbelievable ton worse. Okay, still waiting on explosives. I'm pretty sure it's because we don't have the paper. Yeah, I've got 4. I need 6 more so I can make 5 more explosives. That's fine. Got plenty of nitroglycerin. This is also just making the brain boosting salts, which we have 100 of. So that means I could try the efficient science if I really felt like it. And that needs green peas, which we do have. And you know what? No, we'll just keep the inefficient science. That's fine. Yeah. See, now our beavers are thirsty. They're thirsty. So we might have to go around pausing things like the mushroom growers so they can get the water out of that so they're not thirsty anymore. This one's almost done, 96%. If I pause it though, it's not going to lose the progress. It's just going to take all this out because this water's been committed. So we just pause all this. That should be immediately 400 water that can get pulled out. And they can drink it. Yeah, see, there we go. Because it's more important to not have thirsty beavers. We've got the clean water slowly coming back. This is still it's still going to take a while to get pumped, but they are actually pumping some up here. This once again is just kind of at the mercy of, well, everything going on right now. We got tired beavers. Shouldn't be that tired. I just need the rest of this to get taken care of. This suspension bridge is up, which is good. This is going here. Okay, we have the green returning, which means that the poison water is going away in these areas we hadn't fully taken care of yet. Lilies are being replanted. Lotuses, whatever you want to call them. My original concern was that this would not be clean enough to get water from or to actually plant anything, but it seems like it's diluting nicely. That was the original reason why I was going to get rid of the triple watertight lodge. But now we know that's not necessary, and these can grow. Hopefully we can get a full harvest out of these before the next bad tide. Again, we'll see. Stuff just takes time, and we have to be able to handle all of it. But now that our pumps can pump again, we should, yeah, see this coming up real quick. Unpause our mushroom growers, because we do need those for food. And see how things are looking here. Good. This is, wait, hold on, did I not, why is this not connected? Oh, there's a tree in the way. Okay, well that can go away. I thought this was all completely connected. But once this is in place, this bridge is just about done. Did I... You know what? I made a stupid. That's what I did. Is I made a stupid. I'm not gonna worry about this. We're just gonna let it happen. We're just gonna let it happen. It's fine. We're just gonna rebuild it where it has to go, and just wrap all the way around the back of this thing, and then they'll be able to reach all this. This forester does not have anyone working there. I was going to attempt to grow the brambles again, but now that I know I can't replant them, all of this really pretty much just has to be everblossoms. I take this out of turbo mode so I don't have too much time to go fast. But we have pines for the resin over there. I'm not worried about it. I can't plant anything else with the exception of decorative ferns, which are completely pointless. I think the only... Oh, they're not completely pointless. The only purpose they have is so this icon goes away. The assistant farmers, because I guess it gives them something to do. But the unbelievably tall bamboo, the banana trees, and the grapevines, all that stuff can't be planted. Chestnuts, you know, we actually could have some chestnuts here. Where's my, whatever that thing's called? Gatherer flag. Yeah, we have chestnuts here. I'm going to... I think... See, we have these here. I guess I could just leave those alone, but I kind of want to see if I could plant some chestnut trees here to be harvested by somebody with a gatherer flag. No real harm in doing that. But I do want to leave some space open for other buildings that we might want to put here. So I'm going to leave, say right here, we'll plant chestnut trees, and then everything else in here is going to be everblossoms. Where's my... Oh, I guess this is, the entrance is actually down here somewhere. But I can't connect to it because I have a dead tree here. We have so much wood that can get picked up. I'm not going to be losing sleep over getting rid of that, but I will go ahead and do that. Because we're going to want chestnut stuff later. I guess I can just go ahead and pop this in as chestnuts. What is this right here? It's leftover chestnut trees. Okay. So if this is going to be chestnuts, and just because I can, I guess we'll do that. And then everblossoms back on this side here. And then, of course, these guys right here are going to have something that they can do. Let's pop that in. Now that's connected. We still don't have our other explosives because I'm pretty sure... Yeah, okay, we're about to have all this to make one sheet of paper, man. One sheet of paper. I did pause these two, right? Yes, I did. And they're not dams, so it's not cheating. We're good. I think... Why does this say... Why does this say it's flooded? Oh, no, that's a dirty beaver. Never mind. That's okay. They'll get that figured out. Primitive Ironworks is currently uninhabited because we have 80 contaminated adults, but they're getting better. They're getting better. So that should be fine. I just want to make sure that these guys can, you know, actually get stuff done. That's a whole lot of something that these guys got to do. So let's go ahead and have Jesse here start planting some stuff in our forester. Get these trees growing, because especially the chestnuts, they take a long time. And I think those might actually be the last ones he ends up getting to. But I will go ahead and just complete this path. We unchoked, I guess you want to call it, a substantial bit of this. We still, if we feel so inclined, can go ahead and straighten this out a little bit, or I can straighten that out a little bit, but I'm more interested in straightening this out, getting this completely done, because then everything is going to be looking a whole lot better. Just for the sake of my personal sanity, this is a hauler job. Let's put this tall and narrow lodge, just research it, put it right there. It's like the perfect building to put in that one spot. And that is going to deflect, if not all of it, pretty much all of the bad water coming off of this away from this channel, which we will continue to expand, have some more opportunities for the water to leave from. And then I'm pretty sure we can reopen this and not have a huge cataclysm. Because I would love to be able to actually use these buildings. We just have to make it work and take our time as necessary. But the good news is most of this stuff is taken care of that I was extremely worried about. And, oh, we only need one more piece of paper. Let's speed this thing up. One more piece of paper to make 5 more pieces of dynamite, which it's looking like is getting done now. Should be done sometime tomorrow in-game because it is a 10-hour process. Wow, this portrait of the insane Pikempi here. That is, that's that's nightmare fuel right there, folks. Looking like you're not having a good time there, bud. But we'll get that taken care of. Don't worry. Yeah, Everblossom's getting planted. Stuff's looking good. Water supply is recovering. Food supply is recovering. We need capacity for water, which is what we were originally doing, building these medium tanks here. I paused this because I wanted to use, I think, the planks for something else. But we can unpause construction on that. Make sure that's set up to hold water. We were in the process of replacing a bunch of this, and then I wanted to put a platform here so we could move our path around and put another one of these things right here. So I will go ahead, since this isn't here, there's no water in it at least, I will go ahead and get rid of that. And then we're going to replace these two with another one of these medium tanks, because we need to, we really, and I'm serious, we need to have, I don't know, 4,000 or 5,000 water minimum at this point now. Probably more. But we do have a limited amount of pumping capacity based on how many beavers we have drinking. It's only going to go up so quickly, and we can't add capacity without adding more beavers because they're pump houses or the extensions. But the upgrades only do so much. They only do so much, and that's they require gears, which thankfully we now have. But there's just a whole lot of stuff that we got to be able to get to, and we really shouldn't be pumping that much out of here anyway. We should be trying to get pumping occurring out of this reservoir here, but there's only so much capacity we've got, and that's going to require yeah, it's a mess. A little bit of thinking I wasn't really prepared to do at this exact moment in time. But the good news is that's done. And then we can come up here and plant these two. And then, friends, then we might actually stand a chance. We'll see. I got to take a drink of water real quick. There we go. We might actually be able to make this work. I think if I increase the number of faces water can fall down here with a little bit of a notch there, that should help substantially, along with getting this widened out a little bit more. But right now, I am most interested in getting this back up and running. I really hope this doesn't come back to bite me in the butt. But we'll see. That's part of the adventure, but now this can go away, this can go away, and I can come in here and I can put in another piece of dynamite, one last one, right about here, to create another set of faces for this water to fall down from. Hopefully increase the flow capacity of that. So once that's done, we will get rid of the 2-story watertight lodge right here, and see if our experiment was successful. Like, see how low the water still is here? I think we've massively improved our flow. Massively, which is fantastic. Just got to make sure we're not doing stuff in ways that's going to be impossible to fix later. Okay, we're going to need some more nitroglycerin, so this needs to get put back in there. Saltpeter. Do I even have? Yes, I do. Okay. Sunflower oil. Do I have any sunflower oil? I don't remember. Yeah, okay, I have one. And that's apparently all I need, which is good, I suppose. There we go. Just need to get a little bit more done. We'll take care of that. I'm pretty confident now that this should be okay. This dynamite, if I detonate it, will cause the flow out to become quite a bit faster. And I'm not sure. The way this is set up now, I think I can put the dam back in, like I was thinking about doing in here. I don't know if I want to necessarily. Obviously, if it's a drought, we're going to put one back in. But I think for right now, it's probably okay to leave this undetonated unless I need the extra capacity, and we'll just leave that alone. But that explosive I could actually just pull that other one up, because this is waiting on. Okay, it's waiting on nitroglycerin and one sheet of paper. Okay, so now it's just the one sheet of paper, which does exist and just has to go get picked up. So we're going to have 5 more explosives here. We got a lot of dirty beavers, 14 of them coming down here. I need to have a, that's what I need to do, is I need to research the, Lido. That's 200 science. Yeah, I need to research this and either put it inside of a bunch of buildings like we did in the first Water Beaver playthrough, or I need to find a place to make a nice artificial lake up here. Because this, if we have the Lido and we have the fluid dump, we can actually utilize that for bathing as well, in addition to the fun, by just putting one of the river baths in there. But I have to have a sufficiently large enough space to do that. You either create it by blowing something up or by putting buildings that act as dams in. So we should, at some point, before the eventual heat death of the universe, have dynamite good 50% of the way done. That should be done before the end of this workday. How are we looking on these guys? 35%. Good. Good. The capacity of our pumping remains a challenge. We have 95 contaminated beavers. That's a holdover from all of our previous chaos. But now I think we're going to be in good shape, folks. We're getting there. We're very, very close. We are very close. These trees are still being planted. So I will go ahead and I will get this next batch of Everblossoms popped in. These guys, obviously, there's nobody working here yet, but when they are, they're going to want to take care of the rest of this. The florist, we don't need to have the bramble flowers quite yet. We do still have some in storage. So we will unpause this building and finish building it when the time arises for that. All else considered, not a bad crisis recovery episode. I honestly expected it to be a whole lot worse. So we're not quite finished with this episode yet, but I just want to make sure I don't forget to thank the folks in the Water Beaver channel on the Timberborn Discord, and of course the mod creator, for all of the great help the last couple days trying to get this sorted out, so we can continue this series. I was gonna be real upset if I had to start over, because I thought we were doing pretty well, all things considered. So before we're done today, I'm gonna go ahead. I know there's really not a reason to pause the game. I feel like I have to. We're gonna go ahead and we're going to get rid of this 2-story watertight lodge, and we're gonna let this bad water come back through. And I'm hoping, because remember, I got rid of these lodges up here. I'm hoping this doesn't overflow. There's a chance it will, but now that this is substantially wider, I think it's going to be okay. All that being said, I can't build the mechanized kitchen house yet because, 1, I don't have the science, 2, I don't have the medium cauldron for it. So I will be temporarily, hitting the wrong button. There we go. I will be temporarily putting these guys back in place. But not to worry, because we can actually use those and they're not going to be breaking the rules. So what we're going to do is we're going to build these, and then the nanosecond they're done, I'm going to delete this because I am so curious to see if I can actually get this to work. And like I haven't made a horrible mistake. Actually, you know what? I shouldn't have built this lodge, this tall and narrow lodge, without actually getting the rest of this taken care of, because I think I'm going to want to, yeah, you know what? Gives us something else to do. I want to have the adequate amount of diversion capacity here. So if I get rid of this and this, just pop 2 little notches in there, that should help drain it. Hopefully not up the river. Should hopefully help drain that. And then I probably honestly should just completely trench this. You know what? You know what? We have technology. We're not cavemen. We can just we can just go ahead and do maybe not right there. So now I feel like I need more than 4. This is always what happens. I think I'm gonna, you know, have some sort of like super great idea, and then I find out I actually, you know, don't have everything I need to do it. So this needs sunflower oil. And this is making planks. That's making sunflower oil, but it doesn't have enough seeds. Okay, let's prioritize that. Because I know we have to get that stuff hauled in. The farmhouses are actually... Oh, you know what? I never deprioritized the rice. That was not something we had to worry about. As long as I can have everything I need to have done, we're going to be fine. All right, so remember when I said the nanosecond this was going to be finished, that we're going to take care of this? Yeah, I lied. This is going to get paused because we're not using it, and I don't want to have that many extra beaver spots. This isn't actively being used as a dam, so I don't think it's cheating if I pause this. So let's, again, all I'm trying to do right now is keep our overpopulation under control. So let's, I keep changing my mind on this. I really, really do not want this to backflow. So I want, if at all possible, for this to come out this way, which if I did that, should suck most of it out this way. If I did this, that definitely would, but that's 8, and I only have 4. We'll do this. We'll do the 7. Just get those put in place, because if that's the case, I don't need this. That can get picked up, and that can go back up here. So now I only need to have 2 more of these things. So let's make that happen. This is still making nitroglycerin. This is only 1 piece of paper, 2 pieces of nitroglycerin away from having 5 more, well, plus another 10 hours worth of work time. But that will that'll get taken care of hopefully pretty quick. Our food situation is still kind of precarious, but I think that's probably mostly a function of just how much production we lost in the beginning of this episode. I think long term it's going to be fine. Our cabbages up here kind of all got raided at the same time, so that's going to be... okay, it's kind of spread out. The pumpkins are fine. This rice got replanted. These lilies we can't eat, but lotuses, whatever. Can't eat, but once the rice is actually harvestable, we're going to get our rice balls back up and running there, and that should be good. So I've got these 4. These 4 are done. That'll be 5. I'll do all these at once, but we should... I always overshoot this. Yeah, 68% tomorrow in game. Tomorrow we'll do this. We'll get the 5, and then we'll get these laid out. I already made my notches here, and then we'll put our lodge back. And then we'll get rid of this, and we'll see the glorious poison wastewater come through here, and once again power our factory and make it possible for us to do literally anything. We also, since this water will be flowing through, we can add additional water wheels, which, you know what? While this is not flooded, let's go ahead. Yeah, let's go ahead and just extend these here. Plan out where the mechanized kitchen house thing is. Going to be right there. Yeah. That's going to go right there. Yes, very good. Except this probably should be a universal. Oh, no, that's 500 science. Never mind. Not right now. Not right now. Will not be a universal, but it will be something. So that's going to go there. And that actually works out perfectly well because now I can come in and pop in one of these bad boys right there and right there. That's going to make a lot of power, and it's going to share between the factory and the screw press, assuming it ever actually gets used as a screw press. Because we have all this other garbage we got to take care of. Now that's done. Now we got a nice little channel to divert, hopefully just a tiny bit. By just a tiny bit, I mean as much as physically possible. Please, I am begging. Get that out of the way. And now we can put in our tall and narrow lodge. I really hope this is actually watertight. And as soon as that's built, well, theoretically, as soon as this stuff's built, because I should let them, you know, not get completely annihilated by the bad water. Pop that in there. We will have to unpause these things, since they will be used as dams, and then hopefully we'll be in good shape. I got water, a little bit more capacity left that we haven't been working on. Go ahead and get... Ooh, I didn't think about that. Now I gotta fix this. Oh, I made an ugly. Oops. Not really that sorry about it. But that's gonna go... I'll orient it that way. That should be fine. I just want to have some more capacity there. They'll pick that up. Alright, build this immediately. Give me some logs here. I know there's tons of it just sitting somewhere. Oh, that's actually just pine resin on the ground. Alright. The rest of these, we have trees that can get cut. They are working on that. That's fine. We're making progress. We're making progress. We're getting there. Contaminated beaver amount is slowly declining. 4 more logs there. This needs more than 4. Well, now it needs 4. This one needs 3. Come on. Come on. It's going to be so nice to actually have this work. If I did this wrong, please roast me. I deserve it. It also helps engagement. Shamelessly, but it looks like, friendos, that we are actually about to be as good as we can be for this. So let's look at the rice is coming back in. I feel like I have to appreciate this before it completely just goes, you know what, when I take this out. But I'm just so curious. All right, let's do it. And it's gone. Yes, flee. All right, so now this is going to come through here. Unpause because they're now levees. Rotate. Come in. Do not flood. Go out the diversion channel. Over top of this thing because now it needs to be whatever. But I think, you know what? I think we might have done it. I think we might have fixed it, friends. Look at this. Look how sharp that is coming off of there. I know this is like absolutely completely filled to capacity. But it's not, I don't think it's backing up. We're gonna have to, you know, dynamite most of the rest of this out. But what kind of power are we making? Nice. 520 out of the necessary 200. I will take that any day of the week. Making tons and tons and tons of power. The screw press has not yet been reconnected because of reasons. Reasons being that I don't have any way to get the power shaft. Actually, no, I do. Never mind. We'll go ahead and get these paths out of the way. And we can go ahead and enjoy having access to this and actually make some more stuff over here. What a productive episode, friends. Fantastic stuff. Absolutely S tier, triple S tier even. Quality adjustments being made here. We got our screw press can now actually make sunflower oil. I've got mushrooms here for the cooking house. I've got lotus flowers here for the cooking house. I've got green peas for the cooking house. Plank storage. This was supposed to be logs because the logs were getting used. Is that the cooking house needed logs? It doesn't seem like it. Oh no, it was. Okay, so this can get put back to logs. This is for cabbages. That was for rice, and all this needed obviously was these sunflower seeds. But it can hold 200, so I don't think it needs to really have that much of an anything here. Probably would not hurt to have some storage for screw press axles. I think that goes in a storage pile. Yes, it does. Okay, so we'll put that there. I'm just so glad. Oh, this has to be unpaused now because this is now a dam. Good, we can have people here cutting stuff down. Oh yes, we have saved our playthrough, friends, and this ugly. Look, make no mistake. This is ugly. This is not a beautiful solution, but it is, for the time being, at least functional. There's no backups. We've improved our flow. Stuff is just looking so much better. Our rice is coming back in. Food supplies slowly ticking up. Water is getting better than it ever has been. And now I've got... See, I have all these other beavers that are infecticated. Ah, yes. Ah, yes. Another bad tide. Oh, we're going to be... yeah. Yep. Oh, no. That's not what I wanted to see when that came up, but hey. We're gonna have to figure it out. I do have more storage, which is good. I've got 3750, that's not nearly enough. Absolutely have to have more water storage. So, over here, I don't really have a great spot to put... I mean, minus right here? I want to put a giant buried tank, but I don't have the science for that yet. So, I'm just gonna, for right now, I'm just going to put this here. Have that be for water. We should have enough metal fasteners and tar. We do. You know, I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna put these here because that's another 600. I'm not gonna bother deleting these other ones because, of course, why would you do that? But let's... I don't even know if they have anything else going on to build, but we need the capacity. We need the capacity. They need to build that. I was going to build pump upgrades, but if we're about to have a bad tide, then that's definitely not what we want. We have 124 plucked lotuses. I need more storage for the nenuphars and the lotus flowers, which I don't even remember where I put them. I honestly could not tell you. Not the foggiest idea. Well, we'll find them, maybe somewhere. Oh, good, I did put one of these here. I was kind of worried about that. I do not have the foggiest idea where I put these things. I feel like I said that already. Well, I need more storage for it anyway. 72, so that's just a small one. Metal fasteners are almost, well, according to that, are almost gone. That's for logs. All this for logs is, you know what? None of this can go in a pile, right? These are empty. Guess what? These are about to become little tiny warehouses. And in these little tiny warehouses, we're going to put these things and then these things. Going to get those things gone because we're going to have room. We have 3 days. 3 days to get these lotuses. Look at this. It's going to line up almost perfectly for so many of these. But we want to make sure we have room to harvest these because these take 12 days to grow, and it's a huge pain when you have to restart it, which we will every single time we have one of these bad tides. But things are looking up. The amount of infected beavers continues to fall slowly, but it does continue to fall. Everything is starting to look pretty good. I guess I can continue planting these everblossoms just about as much as I can. This needs to be... I don't need to have a path here, but honestly it's probably a smart idea to just keep this as connected as we can. I'll just fill this back in with everblossoms. As one does, let them keep cutting them down as they get old. How are we looking here? Okay, we're just waiting on that scaffolding to get done, and then we have that straight power shaft to get done. I guess we can turbo speed through this, and then we'll end this episode at the start of the bad tide like we did last time. But this time around, things are looking so much better, so much better. All right, now of course they're not going to have this done by the end of the day, but that's what it is. Oh, did they actually put the log in? Good. But they'll take care of that. Everything else we're continuing to... but here, our capacity for water is now 4,350, which is great news. The rest of the building... wow, that was quick. Getting these popped in. Oh, we never had any storage for these things at all. And now we do. Okay, so that was in... Was that the Handicrafter's Lodge was doing that? Yeah, actually, that's exactly what that was. Okay. That's fine then. Oh, good. I did have a storage for the plucked lotuses that was not the farmhouse. Wait, no. That's because I had these set to the wrong thing. That's supposed to be lotus flowers. Oops. Well, that's still fine. There's still a little bit of headroom for that. And then, of course, they will, they'll get this stuff taken care of. Okay. So now we know that's a thing. This is continuing to improve. Everything is connected here, and we are making sunflower oil in a quantity that is not tiny. That is fantastic. And they're going to need a bigger storage for that, too. So since we're already up here... yeah, I'm just going to pop this right here in the corner. Set this to sunflower oil. And that's going to be great to have access to that. But my biggest priority was getting this water taken care of. And that's looking good. We obviously still do not have nearly enough water for the size of our colony versus the potential length of this bad tide coming up. But I think we're doing fine. It is so good that we can actually still use this. That was really gonna suck if we couldn't do that. Hopefully our sunflower seed situation continues to improve. These should start to become harvestable very soon. Within the next day, that's looking okay. There's no more construction projects going. I don't think. Yeah, because this is finished. I really want to do these pump extensions, but we're about out of time for pumping anyway, and this is approaching full. We're going to be about as prepared as we possibly can be. Now, we have our hand of soup in the worm storage. Is not nearly as full of braised cabbage as I would prefer, but we also are a little bit lacking in the mushroom department presently. At least in the cooking tent, because we have 400. No, those aren't. Oh, those are mushrooms. Okay. I'll just tick prioritize by haulers, and they'll take care of. Hopefully making a whole lot more braised cabbage. I do have 2 of these guys making the rice balls, because we do have the rice. I did want to get those actually going, but our storage for the rice balls is actually just about full. So this, instead of berries, I'm going to make it rice ball storage. because we don't really have any of that. Everything's looking good. Or as good as it can be, I suppose. Got some screw press axles. We got some mushrooms, lotus flowers, green peas, rice and cabbages. Not rice and cabbages. That's a poison. We need storage for sunflower seeds. I know this is a mess up here. I know, but we'll get stuff figured out. Yeah, because as soon as we can have a lot of sunflower oil, then we're really gonna unlock some good stuff. And the level of the water actually isn't high enough to have this be a problem. We just need to have mechanized kitchen house, which we can't have until we have the... I forgot, we're making power now. So we need to... Oh, wow, we can make solar cells, we can make metal blocks. For now, I don't need to be making any more of these things. Can't make drill bits. I guess I can make some more anvils. I need to make one more anvil, so that'll be our next little fun thing. Remember when I said we're going to end the episode when the bad tide starts, so I do have to get that up and running. But I did want to go ahead, since we're making so much power. We have the technology, we have the science. I'm going to make the mechanized kitchen house. That'll be the last thing we do today. Take these lodges out. And then I will pop this guy in. Oh no. I made a fatal mistake. The mechanized kitchen house is a levee. Which means... No, but all the rest of these are levees. Why does that not stack? Why does that not stack? Pass-through lodge works as a levee. It says solid. Other buildings can be built on its top. The cooking house says levee. Other buildings can be built on its top. The mechanized kitchen house says works as a levee, and other buildings can be built on its top. It does not say ground only. So why does this not want to let me build this here? Why does it not want to let me do it? Is it because I have the power shafts behind this? Is that why? Because if that's why, that's garbage. That's awful. Well, I can't put that there either, so I guess, but I can put it on top of this. So what gives? I guess I could find out if it's actually being blocked by... That's absolutely what it was. That makes me, that makes me a little irritated. That's fine. Well, back we go to the lodges right here until I can figure out how to get power into this without having anything behind it. That's such a pain. Oh my god, that's such a pain. Can I stack this on top of this? I can, but then I don't have any. I have to have my jeez. What kind of masochist plays this game on purpose? This is gonna... We know what, actually? That's not that impossible for us to do. I just have to... I just have to do it later. Alright, well, I said this was going to be the end of the episode when we got to the bad tide, and it's the bad tide. We got 4,000 water-ish. We still got a little bit of time to pump. But now I'm going to prioritize harvesting of the lotus. That needs to be prioritized harvest of literally anything. And they're going to take care of that, because now it's bad tide time. We're going to see this nasty water come in through here. This video is almost an hour and a half long. Good. Good. But we managed to save it, and that's what matters. I cannot express to you how terrible this was going to be if we couldn't save this playthrough. But we did it. So that's going to be it for this one, folks. I really appreciate your support. Once again, I just can't say it enough. Really, completely unable to do this without all the support, all the views and the comments and the engagement everything else we've got going on. It really, really, really is not possible without you, and Beard Boosters as well, who are subsidizing all of this insanity behind the scenes. Very appreciative of those folks and of you, like I've been saying. Have a fantastic rest of your day. We're still waiting on Timberborn Update 6 news to drop. Every single day I wake up and I check for an update, and every single day I don't see one, and it at this point I'm just like, man, just let me at it. I want to see what's I want to see what's new. I want to see all this fun stuff we're going to get into. But I'm going to go ahead and pause so I can actually, you know, take a screenshot of this before it gets turned nasty and use it as the thumbnail. And I will see you guys later. We got more fun stuff coming, Prison Architect and Penguins, in the next couple days, so make sure you stick around for that. And outside of that, we'll see you again soon for more beavers. Have a great rest of your day, whatever it is you're doing. Stay safe, have fun, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.